Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive that'll really make you think.
Hmm.
Today we're tackling a topic that's so central to how societies work, something we all deal with, but maybe don't always see in the best light, and that's profit.
Not just the making money part, but the whole picture. How's it tied to creating value, driving progress? We're really going to dissect this LinkedIn article, Profit, the vital driver of civilized society. It is seriously thought-provoking.
I'll admit, when you hear profit, it's easy to jump to some negative assumptions, but this article, it challenges you right from the start with this idea of a scarcity mindset, like someone's got to lose for someone else to win in the money game.
Yeah, like this limited view of resources being the only way to create wealth, and the author argues that's what holds us back. He doesn't really get into why it's so common, this mindset. But I'm curious, is it cultural or maybe just like economic anxiety? You see those bad apple businesses and it sticks with you.
Hmm. Makes you wonder how much our own experiences shape how we view profit.
Yeah,
But the article's main point is really interesting. It says profit's not the goal, but a byproduct. It comes from creating real value for others.
exactly. If what you bring to the table helps people, if it makes their lives easier, solves a problem, they're going to want it. And that's where profit comes in, naturally. It's that exchange of value.
So instead of fighting over slices of a pie, it's more like
Yeah.
we can bake a bigger pie that benefits everyone.
Perfect analogy. And to illustrate this, the article uses this primitive tribe example. Picture this. Tribe on an island. Only water source is at the top of this mountain. Every single person hikes up there daily. Takes like an hour.
Ugh, talk about a time suck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already feeling those calf muscles burning. But hey, that's what makes a good solution so satisfying, right?
Right. So there's this one guy, a creative thinker, and he decides, I'm building a canal to bring that spring water down to the village. Everyone probably thought he was nuts.
Classic entrepreneur, right? That willingness to go for it, even when others doubt you. But it's what happens next that really got me thinking.
So he builds this canal, saves himself tons of time. But here's the thing. He offers the other villagers access in exchange for some of the time they'll save each day.
Instead of keeping it all for himself, he shares the wealth, but is compensated fairly for that ingenuity. Simple, but really powerful idea.
It's that mutually beneficial exchange. Everyone wins. The villagers are stoked to have that extra time and happy to give some back to the guy who made it possible. But this isn't just some nice story. It makes you think, how does this apply to the real world?
Like, imagine life-saving drugs. If those pharmaceutical companies couldn't profit from all that research and development, where's the incentive to invest in finding those cures, right? Treatments that benefit everyone.
Exactly. That potential for creating something beneficial, something that improves lives, that's what drives progress. Now the story takes a turn. What if the tribe had said, nope, water's free, we're taking that canal?
Yeah, because, water is free. It's easy to fall into that kind of thinking, but you miss a key part.
Totally. They don't see the value of his effort, the risk, all the work, the time he put in. That brings up something we often overlook in our modern world. We can't expect someone to put in all that work without acknowledging what it's worth.
Right, like who keeps baking those bigger pies for free forever? They get tired, run out of flour.
It's not sustainable. And that's where the tribe in the story, they miss the mark. When they try to take the canal, it's all downhill from there. No more innovation.
Makes sense. If you're not seeing any reward for your efforts, why bother pushing those boundaries? So how does this primitive tribe thing, how does that translate to, like, our world today? I feel like we're always dealing with this tension between, like, profit and progress.
Yeah, finding that balance is key. But think about it. If we're constantly demonizing the idea of profit, failing to recognize what entrepreneurs bring to the table, we're going to stifle the very people who are trying to shake things up and make them better.
Yeah, like all those folks tackling climate change, right?
Mm.
Or trying to develop new energy sources. That takes massive investment, huge risks.
Exactly. You need passion, sure, but it's not enough. We need systems that support what the article calls honest entrepreneurs. Those who are genuinely out there trying to make a difference, create something of real value. Their profit, their ethical profit, it benefits everybody in the end.
So it's not about saying all profit is good, but recognizing that there's a big difference. Ethical profit versus, well, let's call it profit at any cost.
100%. And the author encourages us to be more discerning. Don't just take things at face value. What are businesses really doing? What are their motivations? Is it just about lining their own pockets, or are they genuinely trying to solve a problem?
It's like with some tech companies now, right? all the talk about data privacy, are they using our information to make things better for us or just profiting off it without really being upfront? It makes you think.
Totally. And that's where it comes back to us, right? As consumers, we have to be more conscious. Think about where our money's going, who are we supporting.
It's like voting with our wallets, in a way.
So we've talked a lot about the theory here, the potential downsides. But for our listeners, what's the takeaway? How should we view profit in our own lives? What's the call to action? Well, the author really emphasizes examining our own attitudes. Do we have that scarcity mindset? Can we see the value that ethical profit can create? It's a shift in perspective, being more aware, supporting businesses that align with our values.
It's almost like instead of seeing profit as this bad thing, maybe it can be a signal. If someone's consistently making a profit, it might be because they've actually capped into something people want, something valuable.
Exactly. What's the value proposition? Are they giving back while they're making that profit? And then it all leads to this question the article leaves us with. That's a good one. What about you? What undervalued problems do you see, even just in your own life, your community? What could you create that would add value for
I
others?
love that. It's empowering. It's not just about these big world-changing ideas, but even those smaller solutions. It all makes a difference.
Exactly. Maybe you're great at organizing and you can help families who are struggling to manage their schedules. Or maybe you're handy and can teach those DIY skills to others who are intimidated.
Yeah. And the cool thing is, by focusing on creating that value, on solving a problem, who knows? You might end up on a path to profit yourself.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you're contributing to a society where people are encouraged to innovate, to do things differently.
It's about being open to those aha moments, those little sparks of inspiration, and then asking yourself, could this help someone else? You just never know.
Yeah, and I like what you said about, how it can be any problem, big or small.
Yeah,
Sometimes those smaller everyday things, those are the ones nobody's really tackling.
absolutely. Like there's a reason those life hack videos are so popular, right?
Yeah,
We all want those little shortcuts, those ways to make things a little bit easier.
for sure. And it's not just about making life easier. It can be about connection too, right? Like maybe there's a need in your community to bring people together around a shared interest.
Exactly. It could be as simple as like starting a book club or a gardening group or maybe something more unique to your area. The point is, if it brings people together, adds some value to their lives, who knows what kind of ripple effect it could have.
It's true. Sometimes it's those small things that can make the biggest difference. And I think that's a really inspiring message to take away from all of this. It's not just about like becoming millionaires, although, hey, that's great too. But it's more about how can we use this understanding of profit, of value creation, to make our little corner of the world a little bit brighter.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So, to everyone listening, we want to hear from you. What are your aha moments? What problems are you seeing out there just waiting for a creative solution? Share your thoughts with us on social media. Let's keep this conversation going.
We'll keep an eye out for your comments. Until next time, keep those brains buzzing and keep diving deep.